The future of video resembles the present of video in that sight-sound motion storytelling is always going to be where it's going on. What I really like is the idea that video for consumers will be on demand. And when anything's on demand, by definition, it's served through an IP address. And anything served through an IP address is going to be able to be more targeted than anything that's served over the airwaves. So I think in an on-demand world, both users and advertisers are going to continue to win with video. So video's where it's going.
We're living in a platformless society, and if we're not already there, we'll be there in the next 2 seconds. Ultimately, people don't care about what they're watching on, what device it is, whether it's a TV or whether it's something in your pocket. I think ultimately there is an insatiable appetite, not just to consume video, but to create video. And ultimately, the dividing line between brand and consumer is so blurred that ultimately everyone is a media company, and everyone, brands included, are consumers because they're consuming the media of their constituency.
I think it's going to be about brand and not really platform. I think, as I mentioned on stage in the interview, I think live events and co-viewing that will have a place, and then separate from that, it won't really matter what the platform is. It's just about brand. Like, people will say, I like Adult Swim, I like Comedy Central, I like College Humor, I like The Onion, and I'm going to view that content on my big screen or on my tablet, and it doesn't really matter.
You know, when I think about where video is going to go and what the future looks like, a couple of things come to mind. One is the obvious one. We're going to be consuming more and more video over time. That just seems to be painfully obvious as there's more and more opportunities to look at video, whether you have it on your phone or whether you have it on your tablet or whether you have it on your computer. So with all these other opportunities, you're going to see more of it. But what I think is going to be really interesting is we're going to evolve from a black and white text environment into a video environment. You're no longer going to go to websites where you're going to see static words on a page. You're going to go to websites that are full sight, sound, and motion. The benefits of video. Because if it's important enough to put it in video to communicate to customers to buy your product, it's also important enough to communicate to people who are visiting your website about what's good and what's important and what makes sense. So I see video expanding. I see its use expanding, but more importantly, I see a whole videoization of websites and communication in general. Lord knows we won't see any newspapers opening up soon.